So I think there's something to be said about um, being able to play your own deck. There's efficient ways to play a specific deck. Like you can have all the cards, you can have all the fancy things, but if you don't know how to play your own deck, you could still lose. Um, I had a quest that I just completed. It was just play like an Inquisitor game and win. And I have been like reasonably playing Inquisitor. Like I'm not an Inquisitor player, but I understand how it works. And then if you might be looking at this deck and being like, well, if you understand how it works, why don't you have Scrapper in it? Because you have to be on specific, like numbers. And that's what I realized, like really early on in this game. And I feel like this person would probably post about this on, some subreddit, like Reddit of Rush Royale, and be like, this guy was so overpowered, and like he killed me, and like matchmaking is dumb, right? And that's the exact reason why I wanted to post this. He has a reasonably high level 13 Blade Dancer. I have a level 11 Inquisitor. I never really ever expect to win. I know that I'm probably going to win because of my crit percentage, like based solely on that alone. But he has a reasonable deck. His talents are Floor Frenzy, Elegant Parry. He's running Triple Lunge. Never run Triple Lunge. Even if you're running Night Stature already, you always want the extra crit percentage. And then this is his equipment. It's not great, and he has like a level 2 gadget. None of this is really that great, but what's even worse is his gameplay. So you can probably watch this video twice, which is why I wanted to full screen this, because I really wanted you to focus on this gameplay. Sometimes I don't care necessarily about the gameplay. I'd rather you listen to me talk, and like maybe you have to squint at the gameplay with the horizontal. With vertical videos, I've made an entire thing about this, but the short of it is, if I do get to 1,000 subscribers, and I don't care if I get beyond that, right? But I told myself that if I get to 1,000, that would mean that I've created a successful Rush Royale YouTube, and that's good enough for me. And if I get to that, I will make all my videos vertical. Because, and I've done a whole video about it. You can scroll back and look for that video. But I almost want you to watch this game twice, to watch my gameplay and then to watch his gameplay, because this is like the best Inquisitor game that I've ever played, and this is probably the worst Blade Dancer play I've ever seen from a level 13. Like a level 13 Blade Dancer, that means you've invested time into a Blade Dancer. That means you should probably know how to play it. And he's running the easy version. He's running the Dryad Scrapper version, the Dryad Scrapper Portal Keeper version, and he's just not doing so many things. He should be giving himself a 1-2-3 Scrapper. He should be using the Harley Quinn method of being able to copy Blade Dancers because he's running Floral Frenzy. I have no idea what's going on over there. And then if you watch my gameplay, like I said, I realized that that I wasn't running Scrapper. And so whenever I summon in a new Inquisitor, I have to immediately get rid of it. Also, I'm not running Portal Keeper, so I had to like luck out. Utilizing the Harlequin thing, I had to Harlequin my way onto these 4 tiles, and I didn't want to build more than that. So I wanted to always cut down to 4. And one of my other quests, other than what's called win a battle with Inquisitor, my other quest was have 1,700 mana. And so I saved up 1,700 mana and then realized, like midway through, I think like right here, I realized that I should probably just keep saving mana, killing a boss, and then in between rounds, using up all my mana to level up all my stuff and to get rid of Inquisitors, and thereby, if I could get rid of everything on my field in an efficient manner, the sword would start to keep upgrading my the enchant sword would start upgrading my Inquisitors. But yeah, like, I don't know when I noticed it, but I think like towards the latter half of this game, he just like loses all of his scrappers for some reason, and I'm just like, how did that even happen? Like, having dryads, it's why I always talk about having a 1-2-3 dryad or 1-2-3 scrapper, and how you can go infinite, quote unquote infinite, with a 1-2-3 scrapper. And I've made a video of that as well. You can backtrace that as well. I think it's alive, and it's called like 1-2-3 scrapper, and it's like the amount of reach that you can get off of having a like a scrapper at level 1, 2, and 3 is insanity. And he has a dryad, so he doesn't even have to manually make a 1-2-3 scrapper. And I don't know what he's doing, but he's not doing well. I don't know if, like, I don't even know where it went off the rails, but it went off the rails. I just wanted to do this video because I think that there's something to be said about your actual gameplay. Like, your own knowledge of your own deck. Like, what is the most efficient way to constantly play your deck? Because assuming that you have control cards, assuming that you have cards like a Scrapper, like a Dryad, like a Harlequin, assuming that you're not just random merging because you don't have those cards, you should be playing a lot better. You should be able to reach a lot farther than people who are just randomly merging. I think he's doing all of the things. He's gonna use that Dryad on a... He's not gonna eat the Dryad, is he? The play here is to... Yeah. He's gonna get to a point here where he has to... Where he's gonna think that he has to merge the two scrappers, the two level 2 scrappers. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, the worst thing that you could do here is think that you need that you can only merge scrappers, because what he could have done, that's the exact moment where it's gonna go off the rails. What he could have done was, one, prep those dryads to get a level 3 scrapper, and two, he could have eaten the level 2. The one with the 5, the bottom right corner, he could have eaten the one level 2 Blade Dancer, because he doesn't need it. And what he needed was space. You can backtrace this video. What he needed was space to obtain 2 dryads so that he could make a level 2, a level 3. And he could have just gone infinite, but instead he's here. And then he just had to merge randomly. And this is what's going to kill him. He could actually merge the 2 level 1s right now. I don't know if that does anything. It's something. I would honestly merge the level 3 King Pudding to the level 3 in the upper right, to get rid of it, to make it turn into something else. But yeah, this is why I always talk about like why it's so important to have a 1-2-3 scrapper, and to for that to be your priority when you're playing Blade Dancer. It's not to upgrade your Blade Dancers. It's to get a 1-2-3 Scrapper. You always have to focus on that, or very early on in the game. You can technically run that deck without Dryad and Scrapper, get a 1-2-3 Scrapper manually. It's much harder, and there's a lot of skill involved. And if your opponent's playing Shaman, you might just die anyway if you don't play Dryad. It's possible, because then that spot that you're not running Dryad can be used for something else, like an Enchant Sword, or like a Trapper, or like a Chemist. But the fact that he's even running Portal Keeper, like he's running like the complete control version of Blade Dancer, and the fact that his field ended up looking like that, I feel like he would post this and be like, how did I lose? Like, this person is so unfair, and he has so much higher crit, and a 14 Blade Dancer. Matchmaking is awful. I'm gonna quit the game.